or internal training. So because I am also I'm also into training certain IELTS trainers, TOEFL trainers. तो उनके लिए कभी-कभी मैं use कर लेती हूँ. So the most potential reason for undergoing such surgeries is that creating image in public has compelled people to have facelifts. Okay, ठीक है. So we can start like this, that for a start, creating image, it is not creating image. You're trying to say, I mean, it's not, not only image, right? You're, you're saying that, an impressive image, right? An impressive image.
Yes.
So leaving behind an impactful as well as impressive image upon public has compelled people to have facelifts. Okay. This implies that the society in today's scenario, we are talking about today's scenario, the society tends to care about the looks of an individual. To have this kind of image not only creates pressure for individuals, but also repeating it to look apt to the image of a perfect individual in a society. Reports state that in Bollywood industry, most of the actresses went through lip suction, jaw reduction, and nose adjustment operations just to look younger and more attractive. Okay. So now my question to you is this, first of all, the sentence construction. If you look at the sentence construction, see, you're saying this implies that the society tends to, because society is a collective noun, singular collective noun, tends to care about the looks of an individual, comma, right? This is one clause. This implies that the society tends to care about the looks of an individual. Society is your subject and tends to care is your verb, and about the looks of an individual is your object. Perfectly. An independent clause. Now, after the comma, you have given to have this kind of image not only creates. Now, is this a separate sentence, or is this a continuation of this? What is it? How would you relate the part before comma and the part after comma? Is there anything missing? Read the sentence and tell me, do you think that there is any part missing? Anything that could have combined them in a better way?
I think it could have combined in a better way. I'm not
Is there anything missing?
getting the word. I think we can link, there is a linker between, like, after the individual.
So this implies that the society tends to care about the looks of an individual, and therefore.
And yes, okay.
Or you can say, which in turn not only pressurizes, or you can say burdens one to undergo such surgeries to attain the most perfect look, but also forces to, or which in turn not only burdens one to which in turn burdens one to undergo such surgeries, not only to attain the most perfect look, but also resemble or emulate the impeccable, or you can say, impeccable features of somebody else who is considered to look or appear better. Now look at this. Now look at this sentence.
Yes.
Look at this sentence and the one that you have written. Is there a difference in meaning? Is there a difference in idea?
It's more
This is
relatable.
what? No, your sentence was repetitive. Your sentence did not have clarity of meaning. When you say this kind of image not only creates pressure for individuals, you have written the same thing over here. Impactful as well as
Compelled.
impressive image upon public has compelled people to have facelifts. Same idea. When you say repeating it to look apt to the image of a perfect individual in the society, which means you're trying to say that, say, for example, Madhuri Dixit. Okay, she looks great. Now, some girl, you know, she has this idea that, okay, Madhuri Dixit looks great. So if I can undergo a surgery or if I can have a facelift and kind of emulate, copy, or resemble some of her features, and I'll also attain that look.
Okay.
Right? So, does this idea come out from here?
Yeah, it's not coming, yes.
Exactly. This is where you will, again, you know, you have to be careful about. Now, if you look at this sentence, you will see that it says that why are people, you know, these days undergoing surgery? One, you want to look good. Okay, that's one. All right, that is one very important thing that, you know, you basically want to look good. You want to, you know, you can say conceal your imperfections. You don't want to look bad. You don't want to look imperfect, right? Because very few are blessed with, you know, very good features, and very few are blessed with a beautiful face, right? That is,
yes.
and then there are others, you know, who feel that, see, I look good. Okay, I am beautiful, for example, you know, not talking about myself, I'm talking about any girl. She feels that she's pretty, but then, you know, she wants to look, I mean, because everybody else feels that, okay, so and so person is Miss Universe. So maybe, you know, if I can undergo a surgery and have a facelift and look like him or her, who has been crowned Miss Universe or Miss World, or who is a celebrity or celebrated personality, then definitely I'll look better. Clear? Got it?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, now you're saying reports state that in Bollywood industry, most of the actresses went through undergo or
Undergo.
yeah, I mean, you know, undergo
Then
lip suction, jaw reduction, and nose adjustment operations just to look younger. Yeah, younger and more attractive. Therefore, being social conscious about their image, people are following such again. See, I told you again also, giving different sentence constructions is not enough if you are not providing sentence constructions which are grammatically perfect. If the grammatical construct of the sentence is wrong, then that will never give a complete meaning. Instead, it will confuse the reader. Look at this sentence now. Is it complete? Is there anything missing, or should there be a change in the way you have placed the words? Is there anything missing? Should there be any addition in this sentence? Anything?
actually, it was there. I thought like, okay, let's
So
reduce it.
read it properly, Prakash, and
I
tell
don't
me.
remember.
Read it properly, read the sentence properly, go through the sentence, tell me if you need to add or delete anything in order to give a complete meaning.
Just can you just click it because I'm unable to see. Can we write like being social conscious is making people follow such regime
Therefore, being
of
social
changing of
conscious about their image, people are following such regime. So एक
following?
comma होना चाहिए ना, अगर आप यहाँ पे being दोगे, being का subject कौन है?
ठीक
People
है।
है, correct? तो अगर being का subject people है, अगर आप पूरा ऐसे लिखोगे without a comma, then it is wrong. If being social conscious about their image, who is the subject or who are the subject of this being? People. So you can say people are following such regime. ठीक है? Got it?
Okay.
Clear? Now, I would,
Clear.
as I have mentioned earlier also, that do not drag a point in the name of explaining it. ठीक है? Do not be repetitive with your content in the name of explaining it, in the name of giving an evidence. मैंने पहले भी आपको बताया था in the previous sessions that there is always a scope. You are supposed to give an explanation. आप कितना explanation दोगे, how much explanation you should be giving, how much explanation will actually do justice to the point, that is completely up to you. That is on your perspective, on your content. I mentioned earlier also that there is always a scope of combining the topic sentence and the explanation together in one sentence.
Yes, you
Right?
told. Yes.
There is always a possibility or there is always a scope of combining evidence and explanation together so that it doesn't become repetitive. Explanation चाहिए,
Yes.
आप वो आप अलग से sentence में दो, आप उसको topic sentence से club करो, आप उसको evidence से club करो, hardly matters. Now my point is that when you are writing, after attending so many sessions and being at the fag end of the training, why couldn't you club this and this together? Is there a possibility of clubbing both of them? Idea is same, right? It's the same thing that you have mentioned.
Yes.
Yes or no? It's the same thing.
Yes, yes.
Impactful and impressive
Actually,
image. And here you're basically trying to say that how that impressive and impactful image. So you're mentioning it in absolute detail that people basically want to cover up and conceal their imperfections. So what was even the need of giving this? You could have ideally started directly with this.
the society tends
But
Actually, I wanted to use explanation linker. The reason that was I was
then
thinking
that
in
doesn't
that way
work.
that okay.
I told you earlier also, in fact, it is mentioned in the marking criteria. Over usage and under usage of linkers are not allowed. Just because I want to, add, you cannot say I want to add. Arey, agar zarurat nahi hai, why would you add? If you do not need, then why would you even add? There is always a purpose of everything when you're working on an essay, right? You cannot just say कि मुझे I wanted to mention that, इसीलिए mention कर दिया, even if it is not needed. Now look at this for a start, and then you're saying this, right? You can probably give this. Yeah, this is fine. Now take this. If you at all have to mention this, take this out. And then bring this over here. Take this out from here. Yeah, that's it. Look at this now. Right?
Oh.
If you ask me, I could have even, shrunk this. I could have even squeezed this paragraph. Probably I could have, combined the explanation along with the evidence. That is also possible. That is also a possibility. But it's fine. I mean, here you have given this example, which is apt, fair, and just. So it's fine. But please see that in the name of explanation, in the name of explanation, in the name of giving an evidence, do not keep on repeating, do not keep on dragging, writing the same idea again and again in different words. Not at all acceptable. All right. So that's the idea. Here we've basically shown the use of not only but also. which is again a good thing. WHO is there, so you can use this. You have evidence report state, so even this is good. Yeah, that's it. Potential reason, yeah. So whenever an essay is asking you for the reason and you are mentioning the reasons, you can always use the potential reason, the most obvious reason. That is also
Oh,
a very good. So my point is, Ielts writing is no more writing. It is all about mathematics now. Understanding what to include and what not to include. Okay. So that's the idea. All right. Now this part is okay. This reasons are done. Now we are moving on to the opinion. So what is your opinion here? Like, what are you saying? Is
like
it
it's a negative development.
okay? You're saying that it's a negative development. So if you're saying it's a negative development, then it's really good that you've started with having said that, because you in your body paragraph 1, you basically stated the reasons, and your body paragraph 2, you're basically mentioning why it is negative, how it is negative. So it's completely contrasting, right? It's contrasting. Your
Yes.
opinion is in contrast, or it is completely opposite to the reasons that you've mentioned in the first body paragraph. Okay, so you're saying, having said that, what is more worrisome? Okay. Is that these physical changes could bring medical complications in the future. Very good. So to be more precise, the adjustments that are made at the body of an individual sometimes is not, see, adjustments, plural, are plural. Then this should also be plural, right? Not accepted by how the body functions, which lead to many ailments, and neither the person is able to go back to normal, but also, what sort of a sentence is this? Where was your mind and brain and eyes and logic when you were forming this sentence? You tell me, what sort of a sentence is this? Tell me. There is not, there is neither, there is but also. But also should always come with not only. Neither should always pair
I
up with,
forgot.
right? For
I
what?
forgot. Yeah.
This is a serious exam
No,
and you
it's
have to be a little
like
bit more serious. I mean,
it's
for what? How can you forget? Neither should always go with nor.
yes, yes, yes. Not. No,
And but also should always go with not only.
no, no. I
How can
agree.
you forget after so many, after doing so many sessions together? Okay,
Ah,
so to be
like
more precise, the
there were
adjustment.
two things happening actually. When I was writing, I'm writing in Word online actually. So I don't have like a proper Word. So I was using online Word, like Word, Microsoft Word. So what was happening? It was connecting, then disconnecting, then connecting again with the net. So sometimes what was happening, the text where I was
But
writing,
you
it
have
was going up
proofread,
and
right?
down.
You must have
I
proofread, no? You must have
I
revised
I
your
have
essay.
proofread, but I am again shocked how it went. I am also in shocked. I don't
Yeah,
know
I mean,
how
this
it
is
came.
something. But
Mm.
anyways, you have to be more careful.
No, I
Okay.
am aware neither is nor and like but
Yeah,
also
I mean,
not
you should
only but
use it.
also.
Yeah, you should use it correctly. Because again,
Yeah,
as I said,
yes,
that in the exam, only your paper will
totally.
speak.
I'll be aware.
Yeah.
I'll
Your
be
you
aware of
will not speak, only your
definitely.
paper will speak. Okay,
Hmm.
so by how the body functions. So now, so neither the person, see, to be more precise, the adjustments that are made in the body of an individual sometimes are not acceptable. So you can say that the adjustments that are made in the body of an individual sometimes are not accepted. Um, sometimes are not accepted. You can say by how the body functions, sometimes are not accepted by the body itself. I mean, you don't have to like how the body
Mhm.
functions. You don't have to go into so much of depth. You can say,
But
are not accepted by the organs of the body, maybe, right?
organs of.
by
Hmm.
functions and organs of the body,
Okay.
which lead to many ailments. Okay. Then put a comma, and therefore, and thus, neither the person would
Would
be
be
able
able,
to go back to normal, nor
like, nor he'll be able
or
to
you can say
get
neither the
back.
person would be able to go back to normal, nor have the same kind of robust, or you can say nor have
Robust body.
a robust immune system.
Immune.
This is one, correct? This is
Yes,
one
yes.
point. To be more precise,
Hmm.
the adjustments that are made in the body of an individual sometimes are not accepted by functions or organs of the body, which lead to many ailments, and thus neither the person would be able to go back to normal nor have a robust immune system. Now, my question is this that you have written, but also loses a lot of money on
That
such
is,
medical procedures. This could have been treated as a different point, right?
yes, beside this, like mentioning.
Then why didn't you give it as a different point? This shows the drawback, or this shows the deterioration
Hmm.
in the quality of writing the essay when you don't do micro planning on black and white or on pen and paper.
Hmm.
Okay, that is why I always say, I know that planning, micro planning is quite a tedious and a boring work. But if you really are looking out for great scores in your essay, the first mantra is to do the planning and the micro planning in detail in your paper. And with practice, it becomes a matter of few seconds and minutes to do it.
Hmm.
Initially, you might need a lot of time, but with practice, 7 days, 8 days of practice, you'll find that it's so easy to do it. And why are we doing the micro planning? Micro planning is nothing but basically having the content, and the organization of the content is also done even before we start writing the essay. So when we are working on
Hmm.
the essay, we are just focusing on the lexical resource and the grammatical range and accuracy. Correct? And that
Hmm.
is where, you ended up giving 1 point. In that 1 point, this sentence construction was a wrong one grammatically. And then you added another point, which was nowhere related.
Actually, I was not thinking of adding another point. I thought like the first point
No,
is like
even if
I'll
you are
give the
not,
reason.
wait. Even if you are not thinking of adding another point, then also you cannot give anything irrelevant in the point that you are writing.
Okay.
My point of concern is that आपको दूसरा point नहीं देना है, that's fine, but you should have given. You should
Hmm.
have given another point, because पहले भी मैंने बोला है कि कहीं पे mention नहीं है कि minimum इतने points देने हैं, maximum इतने points देने हैं, but minimum 2 points whenever you are expressing your opinion in favor of something, minimum 2 arguments or 2 points देना चाहिए in order to, build up a good stand for the point.
Hmm.
Okay, that is one thing. Second thing, if you tell me that, I was in no mood and I did not have the mindset to add another point, okay, but then you cannot give a point which is nowhere related. You're talking about the complications in the body, right? The complications in the
Hmm.
body which could arise, etc., etc. You were talking about the critical illnesses, the ailments, the
Hmm.
deterioration of the immune system. Pura medical chal raha tha. अचानक से lot of money, loses a lot of money
Hmm.
अगर आप दे दोगे, तो that is kind of, it just comes out of nowhere. This is language,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
So
Hmm.
you have to take care of this, and you can use this as a, different point somewhere. Okay, here you
Okay.
have said that this could be exemplified in India, where famous actor Mr. Aryan Sharma got disfigured and lost his life through a surgery of uplifting his face. Okay, I mean, fine. If this is an example, that's okay, fine. We don't need a comma, that's fine. Yeah. All right. Now, my point is that there is another sentence that you've given. Nonetheless, through such medical advancements, people who are discovered due to any accident may be able to change their look back to normal. Now, What did I tell you when we were discussing the previous sessions about expressing your opinion? How would have been the construction of paragraph? Your side is you are saying that it's a negative development, right?
Yes.
You are saying that it's a negative development. When you say that it's a negative
Hmm.
trend, it's a negative development, that means you're just talking about the negative side or you're talking about the demerits. Correct?
Hmm.
You have given the
Yes.
first demerit, that there will be a lot of,
Yes.
plentiful medical complications that will arise in future,
Hmm.
right? Now,
Yes.
then what is the whole idea behind giving this?
Actually, I was looking at the structure of positive and negative development. So just on that note, like we have to give the other side
Did I
also
did
a
I
single line.
did I say that you have to give the other side? In my corrections, did you find that I have just given the other side?
Like in the
You can pick up
previous,
any
like we
any
discussed.
correction. You can pick up any correction and I'll show you.
I didn't get like what that is like in the
You can pick up any
format
correction.
like
I told you can pick up any correction and I'll show you.
hmm,
Hmm.
in the essay that you have corrected on 13th.
Just a minute. Let me just take that out. 1 second. It's just opening. Yeah. Yes. Now, this is the one that you're talking about, right? Wait, I'll just share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. So now you tell me, this was a question. This was the question,
Yes, yes.
right? Nowadays, more people are choosing to socialize online rather than face-to-face, correct? You said that
Yes.
socializing online is negative and you gave certain negative points,
Yes.
correct? So
Yes.
we constructed the paragraph over here. This was our first point, that if you start making, friends online, if you start socializing online, then what would happen is that you would be losing the emotional touch with your near and dear
Yes.
ones, right? We
Mhm.
constructed the point, we built up on the point. You also gave a relevant evidence. This sentence,
Mhm.
is it just talking about the other side or is it talking about the merit of the other side?
Merit of the other side. Yes.
Very good. Why are we talking about the merit of the other side? What is the other side over here?
In this one, it is like a physical meeting, like
Yes.
you actually
And
meeting.
yeah, and we are telling that
Hmm.
that the last sentence is the merits of the
Hmm.
face-to-face meeting, right? Why did we give this
Yes.
here?
Because like it is a good way to show that okay, that we are comparing it, both of them. We are comparing both of them, and why our reason is much more proper than like why we are not going with the other one.
Exactly. Exactly. We had taken the negative side, we said the demerit, and then we gave a contrasting sentence where we are showing that there is demerit of socializing online, and so you should socialize face to face, and this is one of the merits. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, got it now? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now this is your essay, today's essay that we were discussing on this, facial surgery and everything.
Mhm.
Our side is that facial surgery should not be done. Why? Because this is the demerit. From here until here, we have given the demerit, correct?
Now it come like it doesn't relate to the what we want to actually do.
Yes or no? From here
Yes.
to here,
Yes.
we have given the demerit.
Yes. Yes.
We are saying that facelift is not necessary. Surgery is not necessary.
Hmm.
So this is the idea. You are giving the demerit. So from here to here, you are trying to draw a contrast, which is okay, but contrast that you are drawing, that should be with what? Should that be with the merit of the side that you are already negating? Or should that be the merit of the other side?
It should be merit of the other side, not what we are
Exactly.
discussing. Yeah.
I mean, this is complete.
Hmm.
See, any reader, when he or she will be reading, even if this is not told, it is understood, right?
Yes,
It is
yes.
already told. I showed you the correction. We did the correction. I explained it again to you. But say, for example,
Hmm.
anybody who did not attend the session or anybody who is, writing it for the first time, you have a strong opinion. You are,
Hmm.
saying that this is a negative trend. And then at the last, you
Hmm.
are saying that, no, this is one merit of that. What was the point in discussing the demerit then all this time? What were we
Hmm.
doing all this time then?
Hmm. So, like, if such a question comes in, like,
My point is that, did
with
you
two,
understand now?
hmm. Yes,
Did you
definitely that,
understand?
okay, we don't have to refer to the same point, but rather a merit which is totally distinguished, like
Merit
differently.
of the other side. So यहाँ पे, if you are telling, यहाँ पे, if your side is that
Hmm.
facelift or surgery is bringing in medical complications, okay,
Yes.
then यहाँ पे you have to write the merit of other side, wherein you are saying that a person should be natural. What is the merit of being natural? You can say
Merit
nonetheless,
of.
um, without doing such surgeries and facelifts, one could still
Look
look
beautiful.
pretty
Pretty.
and unique in one's own way. Not having to, mm, live the entire life with artificial silicones and tons of plastic in the body. That's it. Anything hard to understand? Anywhere that you got confused?
Mhm.
Anything to be messed up
No,
with? Nothing at all.
nothing is.
If you understand, there'll be no mess. If you do not understand and if you try to, just write, won't help. Okay. Point is, whenever an essay is asking you for your opinion, if you have a strong opinion, if you are taking a side strongly, then you're supposed to give the arguments to prove your stand and then show a contrast with the other side. So if you are talking about the demerits of your side, if you're taking the side of the demerits of your side, then draw a contrast with the merit of the other side.
Okay.
Got it? Like here, you're saying that facelift and
Like,
surgery is something that should not be done, and you're talking about the demerit. We are drawing a contrast and we are saying that that is why you should live normally, live normally, live naturally, and whatever biological features you're
hmm.
having, you should live with that. Why? So that, you can,
Hmm.
you don't have to live your life with artificial silicones and tons of plastic.
Hmm.
That's all.
Actually, the point, the merit, what I didn't write this before, like I didn't have the idea. With just I remember the
वही
format,
तो मैं बोल
I
रही हूँ
have
कि
written
आपको ये
this
आइडिया
that.
होना चाहिए. You didn't have this idea, but you have to have this idea
Hmm.
that never do this mistake of, talking about after giving the demerit of facelift.
Hmm.
In the last sentence, if you draw a
Okay.
contrast and give the demerit, merit of facelift,
Hmm.
then तो there is obvious question, क्या किया आपने इतना
Hmm.
time? Why did you
No, no.
even talk about the demerit? So don't do it.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
I'll
this
take
is
care.
one thing. Yeah. Next thing, you have not
Hmm.
added another point, but there was definitely a scope of adding another point. ठीक है?
Can you just give me a minute? Like,
Yeah, sure.
just
If this room
have.
closes, then you can join in after 4 minutes. All right?
Okay, okay. Okay.